Hi everyone, my name is Katja, I'm Cat Coloring, and a huge welcome to my channel. Today, this video is my big summer art haul, and let me tell you, I have bought a lot of art supplies and not so many coloring books. So let's get started. So, the first little haul here was from Amazon Japan. I've heard a lot of good things about Amazon Japan. And on Amazon Japan, I found the Holbein acrylic iridescent 8 color set. So these small colors here, you can pick one up here, is acrylic paint, this one. And you can add them to small details in your coloring books. I think this is sort of a test set, but it was expensive enough, I have to say, but that's because it's Holbein. And it would have been even more expensive if I had bought it here in Europe. So this one I bought from Amazon Japan. I can't wait to use them in my coloring books to add some even more iridescent glitter details to some of my drawings here. And then this was a huge surprise to me, not that Eri had done more coloring books, but that they were so cheap on Amazon Japan. Usually, I cannot buy these in Denmark. I cannot buy Kirby Rosan's either, or Lulu Mayo, and so on. So I always have to, sometimes iMusic can get some of the books from abroad, but sometimes they can't, and then you have to look for other places to buy them. And my go-to place is usually yourcolorcreations.nl. It's a Dutch internet store, and there you can buy Clara Markova's books. I have actually bought mine there, and Eri books. And a lot of the Japanese illustrators' books are actually there on Your Color Creations. And because it's a Dutch store, and it's in the EU, I don't have to pay duties and import taxes and all that. So usually I buy them there. So these cost around 22, 24, 25 euros a piece, but I actually got them for half that price on Amazon Japan. I was very surprised when I saw the prices there. So I have actually bought all of her newer books. I have the Romantic Country books. But these one I actually just bought on Amazon Japan, and I saved a lot of money because I got them at half the price I would normally have paid here in Europe. This is the World Literature, Open the Door to Your Imagination book. And then we have this World Legends, Fairy and Magical Land Journey. And this is Beyond the World Fairy Tales book with all of these known fairy tales, and this is the World Heritage Traveling Through Time book. So you can see all of the books have this index where you can see where all of the stories or illustrations he has made, what they are all about. So I will make some translated flip-throughs of these books on my channel soon. But again, half the price, such a good deal from Amazon Japan, I just have to say. Moving on from Holbein and Eri to another Holbein set I have bought. These are the Holbein Artist Colored Pencil, the pastel colors. 50 pastel colors here. And I bought these from Jackson's Art, which is located in London in the UK. And I was actually just browsing. I had seen a video where these pencils were used, and I thought, wow, what beautiful pastel colors. I mean, I have the Castle Arts pastel tin sets, and Black Widows also have so many nice pastel or pastel-like colors. But these were just, they blew me away. So I did a little internet research and thought, well, I would just browse and see what they cost, but they were actually on sale at Jackson's Art. I'm not quite sure if they have them still in just this set, because the last time I looked, that was about a month ago. I couldn't find them in the store, but they had this set, and it was on sale. And it turns out that the UK has made some sort of a deal with the EU. So if you buy for less than 150 euros, You don't have to pay income, income taxes and duties and all that. And in total for this set and the shipping, which also cost a bit because it was from the UK to Denmark, I gave 103 euros. And when you look at the prices on Holbein, and it's not many places that you can get just these pastel colors, because I'm not interested in, normally you can buy 100 or 150 and then you get all of the colors, the neon colors and the normal coloring pencils. But I do have so many brands of coloring pencils. I wasn't really interested in, well, I can't believe I'm saying this, and yet another one. So I was just interested in these, and it's very few places that you can buy just the pastel pencils here. Also, as I said, this was actually on sale and rather cheap, because the prices I have seen on, well, you can buy them also on Amazon Japan. They are also quite pricey there, and then you can buy them on eBay. And my goodness, I mean, 300-400 pounds easily for the 100 and 150 set of Holbeins. I mean, that's enough to ruin anyone. So that's too expensive for me. So I have also went on a shopping spree on Amazon Germany. And I have bought a lot of pencil cases. And these are some of the pencil cases I have bought. Because, well, I have usually just stored my pencils in the tins and boxes that they came in, but especially with the Black Widows, which are in this huge pencil case. You can see I've written on the back here, Black Widows 180. It's difficult to see it's 180, but I have them all here. And my polychromas here, my Faber-Castell polychromas. It was really, really annoying because the Black Widows comes in, well, 5, 6, 7 different cases. The 2 skin tone sets, and the spider and the cobra and the scorpion and then the dragon and the monarch set. So it was way too many. So I hardly ever used them. And I think it was a bit saddening to see that I didn't use them so much, because I really like my Black Widow pencils. It was also difficult with my polychromas, which I am also a huge fan of, and I really love coloring with them. Because the 60 set I had bought, and the other 60, because there are 120 colors, I had just bought, along the way, and I kept them in a little plastic bag. So every time I had to use one of these 60 pencils that lay in this plastic bag, I had to search and search and search to try and find it. And there was no order to it. So as you can see here, with my polychromas here, I have them now all in this pencil case. And you can see here, they just lie there. I have also made these little color notes. So when I'm coloring and making color alongs and tutorials, it's much easier to slip a note in with the number and the color instead of writing it on the screen all the time. So I am really so happy that all of my polychromas pencils here are in this pencil case. So it's so much easier to work with them now. And the same goes for my Black Widow pencils. I can just show you one of the rooms here. Plus my little note cards here. So very, very nice to have them here organized. And these are actually organized, the Black Widows, not by the sets, but by the colors. I use my huge color family chart to sort them out. So you can see here I have from the Black Widow set, and then from the Cobra, and then from the Dragon, because we have Casper, light yellow, and the mellow yellow here. So they go by their color scheme all the way up to the darkest colors. So it's much more easy to find my pencils and use them now. So I actually think that buying these pencil cases were an extremely good investment. And it saves me a lot of time and annoyances when I color, because I can just open and take the pencils I want to color with, and then it's done. It's very, very nice. And they are not that expensive to buy on Amazon Germany. I actually also bought some of them from Amazon Japan. So really, really good idea. I can't remember. It was one of my subscribers that actually suggested that I use pencil cases. My Prismacolors are still in the box where they are, but most of my other coloring pencils are actually now in pencil cases because it makes it so much more easy for me when I color. So when I went on Amazon Germany, I also bought this set. It was on sale. And I just have to say that when your Prismacolors gets very, very small, you can't sharpen them in the DALI 133, for example. You can simply not get them in there. So this one, because I have another set that I have used for some time, this one is really the best pencil sharpener for my Prismacolors, especially when they are small and they can't fit into my DALI. But I also have to say that when they get this length, it's more tricky to sharpen them, because I have experienced a lot lately with I have actually quite a few Prismacolors that are almost used up, that they break in my DALI. The point, just when I've sharpened them and tried to use them, it breaks. And they have never done this before when they were longer. So I think it has something to do with, well, perhaps it's because they have a few years behind them, or because they are so small. So I really like this pencil sharpener, and since this was on sale, I wanted another pencil sharpener, also another extender, because, as I said, I have a lot of small pencils, or smaller ones, because I have used them so much. The rubber here, this is the one I have been using for the last 1.5 years. It's so good. It's really, really, really good. You can see I've used it a lot. And then you can always use another blender pencil here. So this one I bought for almost half the price. So again, if you save some money, it's good. But first, another thing I bought on Amazon Germany was the 50 Brutfuner macaron colors. I have heard a lot about Brutfuner, and no, I have decided not to invest in the Kalua and Brutfuner's sets with, I don't know, up to 250 and 500 coloring pencils. I think that the 180 from the Black Widows is more than enough. But I still wanted to try these out, because I have heard a lot of people saying that these pastel colors, it's a pastel set, these are very, very good to color with. So I bought them from Amazon, and I think it was Amazon Germany I bought them from, and it says that made in China when I got them. And then I thought, oh my, but aren't they made from something else? And you can see it's from, I can't pronounce it, Qingyuan Den Feina Stationery Company Limited, made in China. But when you look at the pencils, it says Brutfuner colored pencil, and also here. So I don't know if these are the real Brutfuners or if they are a knockoff. I have read a lot about the knockoffs coming from China, actually, in the Seoul coloring groups on Facebook. And I don't know, but I think that they look sort of legit. I'm not very expert-like in these Brutfuners, because it's not a brand that I normally use. But I will sharpen them, use them, test them, and review them on my channel. And then we will see if they really perform as well as other people say that they do. But you can also see that, receiving coloring pencils like this, I can't use this. So luckily I have some spare pencil cases, and these, together with the Holbein, I actually think they go in a pencil case where I have these pastel colors then. So it will be much easier to work with than this one. You can see it's not very good, actually. Yeah, well, away with this. Now I have a lot of things I have bought on Penstore, penstore.com. It's a Swedish store, and it sells mostly to the Scandinavian countries, but they also sell to a lot of European countries, and they also sell internationally. And they have had a lot of different sales this summer. They actually have up to 40% discount sale right now that lasts throughout July until the beginning of August. I think it was August 5th that the sale ends. And one thing I noticed is that the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolors were down with 40%, the 60 set. And the 120 set was down with 15%. But the 60 set, 40% off. It's almost half price. I'm actually considering buying these Albrecht Dürer watercolors because I only really have the Derwent Inktense. I have some other cheaper ones, but they don't perform very well. And I have the 72 set of the Derwent Inktense. And I just have to say that there are so many. I love my Derwent Inktense, I really do, but there's so many dark and darker colors in it, and I miss some lighter colors to use. Well, I think that this is not all of it. I actually have some more from Pen Store. So first and foremost, I bought these Sharpie creative markers that came here this, I think it was in May. I bought them, April or May. I think it was in May. I bought an extra white and black because you can always use black and white. But I also bought this one, and these are water-based acrylic markers. And I'm always on a lookout for new coloring supplies to complement my coloring pages. It says that it pops on light and dark surfaces. Well, we will see about that. And it's the bullet tip, so it's not the fine one, but a bullet tip. So I have heard a lot of good things about these Sharpies, so I thought that now that they were in this with new colors and they were on sale, also, I like to save money when I'm buying so many coloring supplies. I wanted to buy them and try them out. So moving on with all of my things here from Pen Store, you can see there's a lot of bags here. First and foremost, I have bought these Pigma Micron fine liners and brush pens from Sakura, and well, you can always use black fine liners. And they are very fine, as you can see. And there's also a brush pen and an extra free fine liner with this set. So this I can find a very good use for some projects that may just be realized here in the fall. And more about that later. But a good buy. And then, well, where to start? First and foremost, I have thought about it for quite a while to use watercolors. And it so happens that one of these things on sale on Pen Store was Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors. And this set is, well, it's these 12 colors in this little box here, as you can see. Oh. And I thought, well, this is great for a beginner set. But then I realized that there's only two blue colors, a dark and a light, and two yellow colors, a dark and a light, and two green colors, a dark and a light. And I thought, well, perhaps I should buy some more. So I did. Because they were still on sale. And it was actually cheaper to, instead of buying, one of the big packs with all of the colors, because that was rather expensive, it was cheaper to buy the colors that I wanted. So these colors are the colors that I really want to use. Like this one, Mauve. I really like Mauve. And this one, it's difficult to see, Emerald. So I have got some, and I have actually got another package here with the rest of the colors. And these colors I need for when I want to color. You can see here the purple and dioxazine purple. and some more, a turquoise also. Then I wanted a cadmium orange hue, an intense green, phthalo green. So you can see here, they don't fit in this one at all. And this little pencil, I mean, come on. And it's actually something that you can see here. I can't even get it up. It's so small. It supposedly can be separated. I have tried everything. I can't separate it, so I can't simply use this one. According to Pen Store, it should be easy, but it's completely the only thing I can get off of this one. So I have bought 2 watercolor brushes from Winsor & Newton also. The number 10 and the number 8. And I've only bought these sizes because I have a lot of very fine watercolor brushes that I have bought from my acrylic paint. So all of the finer brushes I have already. But I bought these to, you know, for larger areas. So if you want to color like a galaxy white line, as I have recently shown in a tutorial in my How to Color series, and you want to use real watercolors and not watercolor pencils, I have the pencils for it. But this gave me another problem, because how am I going to be storing these? So I went on AliExpress, and there I bought this one, and this was actually very cheap. So this is where I can store these. So you can take them, remove them, and come these in, so that I can use this for mixing and blending and storing my watercolors. So you can see that now that I have put my watercolors in here and one of the brushes, well, I am ready to go using watercolors here in my coloring books. So that will be really exciting when I begin using these. And since I bought this on AliExpress, I think it cost about $8 for that tin box there. I could order one more thing, and then I would, you know, get free shipping. So I bought this color wheel, and unfortunately, this one was sent in the mail as just a normal letter. So it wasn't very protected, and you can see here it has been bended a bit, and it also broke here, was ripped here and down here. So I've had to repair it with some tape, actually. So, but still, you can still, you know, it's working. So it's not perhaps the best quality, well, especially not if you send it like a normal letter from around the world, actually. But still, now I have it. Now I can put it to the use. Back to my pen store. You can see here that I have bought some Faber-Castell. I have bought Pitt Artist pen brushes, and I bought them in some of the colors I, well, imagine that I use the most, or I know I use the most. So 2 whites and also 2 blacks here. I've already used the blacks to create a beautiful black background in my Stjernfald coloring book, and perhaps you saw the flip through the other day on my channel. Some of the last pages in the book are colored with these pens, so they are so good at creating a wonderful saturated black background. I've also bought some of the blue colors, a dark indigo, and then Thrain blue, sky blue, cobalt blue, and ultramarine, and then a couple of ivory, because these are some of the colors I use the most with the coloring pencils, especially the blue colors. So I wanted to have some brush pens to create, well, backgrounds. Perhaps I will make a video about creating this saturated background at a point. Anyway, also, again, Sail. Sail is a colorist's best friend. So I have stocked up on my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, and you will notice that I have a lot of green pencils here because I use green colors the most. Actually, I found out that greens and blue colors are the colors I use the most in my coloring books. Also some purples here, but that was because they were on sale, and I do use the purple, violet, and the violet a lot. And the pink Madder Lake, I don't have that much of it left, so it's always nice to stock up when there is a sale, and then you have them for when the coloring pencils need to be changed. And also sale on Posca pens. So you can see most of them are white. This was just a Tripress fine liner from Staedtler that I got for free. But you can see that I have bought a lot of the finer tipped because I use them the most to create highlights and make effects in my colorings. I have also purchased a yellow glitter Posca. I've not tried glitter Poscas, but I thought that yellow perhaps would be a good color to do so. And then I have bought an ivory. And then I have bought these 3 colors in a fine tip here, the lavender and the glacier blue and light pink, because when I color flowers, I thought that these could create some good effects. So that was the Poscas, and then here, the final things from Pen Store. And these were also on sale for a discount of 25% in a limited period, so they are not on sale right now, I think. This is Amsterdam, and this is acrylic ink. So it's a mixture of ink and acrylic paint, and it dries fast. So you can use it in coloring books, and it should not bleed through, what I have read about this. You have to be a bit careful when you use them, because you can get an allergic reaction to this if there are some of the things in it that you cannot stomach. But I have bought them in some iridescent colors, you know, pearl blue here. I don't know if you can see it here, but it shines really nicely. And pearl white. And pearl violet. Beautiful color. And also pearl green here. And then I couldn't resist it. I had to get the deep gold. I can easily imagine and picturing me using this in Hannah Carlson books to create some great effects. And then, of course, a white acrylic ink, because, well, you can always use more white to create some highlights. You can also see it's quite fluent. So you have to be careful when you use it. If you want me to make a tutorial about how using this acrylic ink, you can drop a comment down below and I will make one. Moving on. But still with the AliExpress, I have for a long time wanted these Mongoyo pastels since I saw a video where they were used, and they seemed so easy to work with and had such bright and nice colors. But there aren't many places that you can buy them. And I just have to say that AliExpress was the first webpage that popped up. And since I was buying the other stuff, I also bought this one, the 48 assorted colors set. So now to my eBay purchases. And you can get some good deals on eBay, but you can also get tricked or perhaps even cheated. And I actually have experienced both. So I started with eBay in the spring, and I bought these pencil blends from Sestet that I showed in my last art haul video. Now on eBay, they have these, the Prismacolor Premier, the Botanical Garden set. And there are many dealers who advertise with this set. And when they advertise, they use the old pictures of this set from the time where lavender was one of the colors in this set. So wherever you find these sets, then you think, oh, it says new set, but the pictures presented with the lavender and the color scheme in the back also presents the colors as lavender. If you know the color, I think it's the color code 934 and the lilac is the 956. But a few of them actually then write that these are the new colors, because when I got this and I thought that it was one of the old sets, these are the colors I got. No lavender. But some nice colors, deco yellow and such. So you really have to be careful. Not all sellers write that these brand new sets of the Botanical Garden is not with the lavender, but instead with some of the pink and more purple colors, but not the lavender. So luckily it wasn't very expensive, so I didn't pay so much for this one. Another time was when I bid for an auction on a whole Prismacolor set. I think there were about 13 pencils missing, the grey colors mostly, so I didn't mind. And I actually won the auction, and it was still cheaper, a lot cheaper than buying them on Amazon or from Blix or wherever they have these 150 set, minus these 13 colors. But then the person had to send it to me. I will mention no names, but suddenly the shipping prices had went up and he just kept stalling. The seller kept stalling it. So in the end, I had to, go to eBay and get my money back on this one. And then I left a not very good feedback on the seller, I have to say. I don't like being frauded and suddenly have to pay a lot more for the pencils when I have won an auction fair and square. I just have to say that. But I have gotten some very good deals. These are the assorted pencils that I bought from a Canadian seller. It's a business seller. And it's called, her shop is called That 90s Thing. And I can highly recommend her. She's very honest, and she will go over and beyond for her buyers. So That 90s Thing is a store where she sells, amongst other things, a lot of vintage pencils. And I have bought 3 sets from her. Just have to unzip these so you can see them. And the first set was a red, pink, and purple set of vintage coloring pencils. And I just have to say that these pencils, I have got vintage barrel Prismacolors made in the United States. I have, and in different colors here, the Scholar series. I have also, you can see here, light violet and mauve. Some of these rarer colors. I have also Canadiana pencils made in Canada. It's also a vintage series that was really popular some decades ago in Canada, and I know that they were very popular amongst Canadians. I also have something called Laurentian, and I found out through a book in Face group from some Canadians that these pencils are actually highly sought amongst vintage coloring pencils enthusiasts. So, but these sort of mixed bundles of coloring pencils, which are vintage, gives you the opportunity to try out different vintage brands and still use the coloring pencils. So instead of them just lying there, not being used, you can buy them and put them to life. I have actually also got my first Crayola pencils. I've never had Crayola before because they are not sold in Denmark, and as far as I know, not in Europe. They are, I think it's an American brand, and I know that some colorists, or a lot of colorists in the United States, they use Crayola. So I have gotten my first Crayola pencils here. So this is very exciting. So she also had a blue set, and then I wrote to her and asked her, what about some of these, the purple colors here, what are they? Because I, of course, am on the lookout for the lilac and lavender colors from the Prismacolors, which are discontinued. So she actually, you can see some more of the pink here, she actually made this set with 15 purple colors, especially for me, and sold them just for me. So for a couple of weeks, she looked in her warehouse and got these pencils in, and then she made this purple set just for me, because I had asked her to, and that is what I call customer service. I also bought this with the blue colors, but for now, the purple colors, you can see here that I have actually, and perhaps it's more easy because I have actually swatched them out on my swatch charts here. That was the blue one. The purple ones here, you can clearly see here that I have some Beryl Prismacolor Scholars. I have also just normal Beryl Prismacolor, so both Scholars and Prismacolors. And I have them in the colors Light Lavender from the Scholar series, and the Lavender Prismacolor 934, and also 934 Lavender. And you can see here that there are some color differences, whether they are made in the United States or Mexico or Canada. You can see here the Beryl Prismacolor made in Mexico is a much lighter color than the Beryl Prismacolor Lavender made in Canada, for example. And they have the exact same number, and they are both Beryl Prismacolors. You can also see I have some Beryl Prismacolor Scholar, a mauve, which is a fantastic lilac lavender color here. The light violet, and then of course the lilac from Beryl Prismacolor. From before it was Prismacolor Premier, but the lilac number 156. I also have some Eagle pencils, Eagle Verithin here, a Prismacolor Verithin, some Prismacolor Premiers, and you can see some purple colors. But I really like these colors, they really pop. And then I actually got a real hit. I got a Sanford Prismacolor Metallic Purple, which is right here. And the only metallic pencils there are in the sets today are, I think it's bronze and silver and gold. But they actually also made some other metallic colors, and this is one of them. This is the Sanford, you can see USA made Prismacolor metallic purple here. So here. PC 1045. So that was a real treat to get one of these rare. These are actually rare, these other metallic colors. You can't just go around and finding them. So I have this metallic purple, and I have to say that that was a real treat to get this with it. I can also see here that I have swatched my purple, red, pink set here. And also here I have the blue color set, and you can see that it goes actually from aqua colors over darker and lighter blue colors, and sometimes I actually have some watercolors with it. But this also gives me a chance to trying out new brands of coloring pencils here. So you can see I also have some Crayola blues, among them a metallic blue. And some of them come in duplicates when you buy these larger bundles of pencils. But that's okay. You can see here I have a Derwent Studio Sky Blue pencil. I would never have tried Derwent otherwise, because they are quite expensive pencils. But now I have the opportunity to try out these vintage colors, and some of them, as you can see here in the swatch charts, they are absolutely beautiful. And so sometimes you can really get some nice finds here on eBay. And these were, as I said, from a Canadian store, and Canadian dollars are not as expensive as American dollars. And the shipping is also way cheaper. So I actually only paid a couple of 100 kroner for the blue and the red and pink set. And I only gave, I think it was about 80 kroner for this purple pencil set, and that is about 12 American dollars, 12 thereabouts. So that is so cheap for these pencils, I just have to say. So sometimes on eBay you can really get some very, very nice finds. Another find I got on eBay are these. Well, not the pit brush pens, but these. These are also vintage Prismacolor pencils here, and they are either Scholar or they are just Beryl Prismacolor. Except for this one, this is actually an eagle. So these coloring pencils, I bought a set consisting of 48 pencils, and I have the swatch chart here. You can see I have some very, very nice colors. And this is Prismacolor Scholar, a light lavender. It's a real beauty to use. And the mauve also, very, very beautiful colors. So these I just keep at my desk, because then I can be very sure that I'm going to be using them on a day-to-day basis. And I have used several of these browns. I have a dark umber and an umber and light umber. You can hardly see. The Beryl light umber is almost, I think it's exactly the same color as a Scholar umber. So I've been using these in my coloring books in Sternfall to create details in fur of animals after I have used watercolor pencils first. So, but you can also make some other great finds. These are Prismacolor Premier, the ones that are out now. And you can see it says Mexico and USA, because a lot of people complain about the Mexican-produced pencils and say, oh, but they were so much better when they were manufactured in the United States. So I bought for $68 from a private seller in the United States. I bought a set of 100 pencils, and then the seller actually threw in, I think it was about 9 or 10 extra pencils. You can see they were most used here, but there are others that were hardly used here, like the cream. You can see that most of them here, except for that one and here, 60 of these pencils were completely unused. And the best of it is, if I just take one out randomly here, USA. So some of the most used pencils are the Prismacolor Premier from Mexico, but the 60 pencils that were unused, they were manufactured in the United States. So I would say that $68 for so many pencils, Prismacolor pencils, Prismacolor Premier pencils made in the USA, is a bargain to find them. And in so many different colors. Of course, I don't have all of the 150 colors, but I most certainly have a lot of colors that I can use. And actually, I think that some of them are... Can't remember if... Oh, yes, it was this one where I have not heard about that color before. Deco Aqua. PC 1016. I don't know if it's a pencil that has another name now or if it's a discontinued color, but it's really, really beautiful. I don't have a paper here. Use the back side of this one. Beautiful color. So I did not know that there existed a color called Deco Aqua. I've only heard of Deco Yellow and Deco Pink, and I think it's Deco Peach in the current available sets of Prismacolors. But you can see that a lot of these are just the normal colors like peacock green and grass green and so on. But sometimes you really do make a find. And then this one also. This is a metallic Prismacolor pencil. And it's a blue metallic pencil. I didn't think that Prismacolor actually made one blue, but it was with the set, and it's the same here as these one. This is the non-photo blue. The same coloring pencil, just metallic. So you can see sometimes you can really get some really nice buys on eBay and get some things that you would otherwise never have gotten at all. And the last one is this set of my Prismacolor pencils. This is a full set of the 48 Prismacolor set, again manufactured in the United States and from 1999, manufactured in Illinois, in Bellwood. And you can find these sets a lot on eBay, and a lot of them don't have all the colors, or they are very used. But and it's a real treat with this box they're in. You can see here that they are, just remove this plastic here, they are hardly used, these ones. They are all sharpened and have been used, but you can see that they have hardly been used. I mean, they haven't been used very much. So this is also a fantastic buy. And here you have the lilac, number 156. So, and a very beautiful mulberry here. So, not that you should spend all of your money on eBay, but as I said, sometimes you can really, really make a find and save some money buying on eBay, both with vintage pencils, but also just pencils in general. And be careful about those who try to fraud you. Get out of it. And remember to look for eBay money back guarantee also. I never buy from sellers that don't have this money back guarantee. And then from a Danish store, a Danish gallery that deals also with a lot of supplies for artists, I have bought these acrylic paint markers, medium tip and extra fine tip. And these two came with a 50 kroner, that's almost $8 discount. So I thought, why not try them out? I don't know if I will be using them for stones. You can see you can use it for canvas and metal and glass and so on. But I bet you that you can also use these on paper. And last but certainly not least, these Ecoline brush pens. These Ecoline brush pens are water color markers that you can use instead of using real watercolors, which I have also purchased. I think these will be really great to use as backgrounds in coloring books. You know, not all coloring book paper is suitable for real watercolors. So I thought when I saw these that perhaps these would be a good idea for the coloring books I have with a bit thinner paper, because these are markers, watercolor markers, pens here. So I think they are not as fluent and need as much water as real watercolor does. And also when I saw them, I discovered that I could get them at a 450 kroner discount. That's almost about $68 discount. So when I saw that offer, I thought, well, I might as well buy them because I will certainly use them. And I bought this 30 pack here with these brush pens. And you can see they are in many wonderful colors. So I'm certain that I will be finding a very good use for these in my coloring books. So this is it. This was my summer art haul with lots and lots of coloring supplies that I'm really happy that I have invested in, and that I can use not only the rest of the summer, but actually all of the autumn to get acquainted with and to use in my videos. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got inspired perhaps to some art supply buys of yourself. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, please share this video with other coloring enthusiasts. If you know someone who doesn't know my channel, then refer them to my channel so that they can also watch this video. So have a very nice day, happy coloring, and until I see you in the next video, take care. Bye!